Hi everyone, this is Joanna. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Today I'm going to show you how to make really fun pendant using Pebeo paints. So let's get started. Today I'm going to play with the Pebeo paints and in particular Prisme. And the neatest thing about these paints is that with time you get really neat prism effect. So whatever colors that you're going to get, and I got these on Amazon, and I cannot find the sets that I got sets of 6. So this one is called Moonstone, and unfortunately I have used this color so much and the actual name of the color has rubbed off and I don't have the box for it, but you can see that it's kind of bluish with a slight tint of purple. So I also have clear plastic or acetane paper, and I'm just going to put it on something hard because I'm going to want to move it to let it dry. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply a bunch of it to the acetate. So just go ahead and apply it in a random order, just like that. And we're going to go in with the Moonstone. Now before you start using those paints, it's very important that you give them a really good stir. And I mean, like, I think I was stirring them for over 2 minutes each. And because you want to make sure that all the oils or whatever is causing the prism effect, that it's starting to work. So now I'm just gonna go and maybe just bring this a little bit in here, and I'm gonna take the blue-ish and bring it into the white, and I'm going to let it sit. We're gonna leave it as is, and I will check in a few minutes, maybe like in 10 minutes, and you guys will be able to see this in action. It's already going to be changing how it looks, but this is how I'm leaving it on the acetane, putting it away for 10 minutes, and I'll see you guys in 10 minutes and I'll show you how it looks then. Okay, so around 10 minutes has passed, and you can see, let me see if I can make it sharp here for you guys. You can see the results already. Now this is not the finished product. I'm going to let it sit for 24 hours to make sure that it's nice and hardened, but you can already see how different the design is. And actually I may, sorry about putting my arm in there, but I'm just going to take a pen. Maybe I'll just grab these and put it a little bit more into the white, just like that, so we have fun design. So these also will pop bubbles, so it's gonna look great. And I'll see you guys in 24 hours when it's nice and dry, and I'm going to be ready for the next step of the project. See you then! At this point I'm grabbing the silicone mold from Micheals. I believe it's called Lace Silicone mold, and I'm adding some liquid clay to it, and you have to make sure that you scrape off as much of the excess of the clay from the surface as you can, so that only the pores are filled in. Otherwise you will not get a very nice lace effect. So make sure that you keep on scraping. Okay, so my lace is out of the oven, and let's see what we got here. Nice, but you can see that I must have left some leftovers here and there because they are showing right there. So if you guys can get even thinner layer, that would be even better. You can see that some of the lace is beautiful, it's very clean, but you can see that other parts are not as clean as I would have liked to. So the part that I want to use right now is just this little piece right here. I kind of was eyeing it, and I thought that would look really nice on the pendant. So let me just cut it out really quickly. Just like that. If you can get rid of all the flakies from the back, that would be awesome. And what I'm going to do is I will apply the same Pebeo paint, the Moonstone, which is a part of the pendant that is drying right now. So let's see if I can get all this little, yeah, if you guys can be a little bit more thorough like here, that would probably be better for you, because otherwise you're gonna have to deal with what I'm dealing right now, and that's all getting rid of all those little pieces. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I'm going to apply the paint, but I want to get inside the lace. So I will hang this or place it on 2 toothpicks and acetate here, just so that, you know, all the drips can go down. So let me see. I already mixed the Moonstone here, and I'll just randomly apply. I don't think that I'm going to get any of the prism effect because there are little holes in here. So I think that it should seep through those holes and give us a nice lace effect. Okay, so now everything is nice and dry. I have my piece here, and look how beautiful it looks. It just looks, this prism colors, or prisme, however you pronounce it, it's just amazing. I love it. And my little piece here, you can see that it doesn't have all the designs as you would think, you know, the little prism thing, but it's still the same color, and I somehow want to incorporate into the whole thing. But I'm going to use actually bezel, and you may think like, well, why did I not put the paint in the bezel? Which of course you can put the paint in the bezel, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to stamp on it, since, you know, I never used to stamp on stamps on my pendants, and now the past few ones is like I keep on stamping. So I want to add the saying, dream without fear, love without limits, a Stampin' Up picture perfect stamp, but any kind of verbiage would do. So you can either go ahead and trace your pendant and then cut it out, or if you are like me and you're just a little bit lazier, you're just gonna hold it against it and just cut it, trim it as much as you can, and we'll be able hopefully fit it inside. I mean, I'm assuming that there's gonna be some kind of a play. I'm gonna have to make slight adjustments. Okay, that fits fine, and make sure that you don't do what I did. I pushed my nails into that, and now there are little marks there. I don't think that they are going to be all that visible under the resin anyways, but I guess we shall see. So now I'm just going to take that and I'm going to stamp my verbiage, and I don't want anything, just make sure that it's, I like to stamp it first and stamp off a little bit. So I'm just gonna go like that at an angle, just like I did in my past pendant. And will you believe it? It's not stamping on Pebeo paints. Oh my gosh. Okay guys, so that was number one. Let me see if my StazOn is going to work on it. Well, maybe I should check it first here so I don't destroy my pendant, because if the stamping doesn't work on the Pebeo stamps, then there's absolutely, oh, you know what, no, that one looks good. Okay, so StazOn, use StazOn ink, right? Let me just do it again. Yeah, okay, so StazOn is going to stamp for you on Pebeo paints. Let's see. Oh my goodness, you know what? It is totally not worth it. It is not worth it. You know, I'm just going to leave it just for the effect, because now I can't even probably take it off. Let me see if I can use some alcohol to take it off from my scrap here. Oops. Well, there. You know what? I'm very, very surprised. Okay, alcohol does take it off. So what I'm going to do is I will just wipe it off really quick. Okay, so I was able to erase the writing, and apparently you cannot stamp on Pebeo Pebeo paints. I did try it with the StazOn, and I think that maybe with a little bit more effort it would work, but I'm just gonna forget it. So I'm going to take the little part that I made right here, and I'm going to attach it, and I'm going to offset it a little bit, so I'm going to give it a little trim. And just to attach it, I'm going to use regular glue. I just wanted to have it sit put when I'll be applying the resin, really. So let me just spread the glue here, just like that. Make sure that all the ends are touching the bottom, nothing is sticking up, just like that. And then I was thinking that well, first of all, if there is anything coming out, let's just take care of that. So don't put too much glue, so you don't have to wipe it, like as I'm doing it right now. Yeah, the reason why I didn't do it in the bezel, I really wanted to do that stamping, but oh well. And you cannot emboss on the Pebeo paints, because I did try it, so don't bother, it's just going to destroy it. I have tried that, so that's not gonna work. But I think I'm gonna put a little bedazzling here. I think it's just gonna look really pretty if I'm gonna put this here. So okay guys, so here we are. My pendant is dry, and I know that I was going to take it in a completely different direction. I wanted to stamp some verbiage here and make it look a little bit different, but I seriously love the way it came out. I love the lace in it and the little sparklies that I added in. Oh my gosh, I love it. Now, could you have done it without without putting it on the acetate? Yeah, you totally could. And it would have been just fine if you just wanted to pour the paint inside here. And as I'm talking to you, I am noticing I made a huge boo-boo. How did I not see? I left couple of pieces of the letters right there, the ones that I was actually wiping with the alcohol. I left them here. But you know what? I'm not going to tell anyone, so hopefully nobody will notice. And guess what? I'm going to wear it tonight, so I'm going to report to you guys, let you know how it went. But isn't it just a pretty pendant? The Pebeo paints are just amazing. They truly are amazing. An advantage of doing on the acetate sheet, I can totally see that you can pick and choose where you want, what you want on your pendant, whereas when you just make it in the when you pour the paint in the pendant, you know, it is what it is, kind of, but it really doesn't matter. Whichever way you decide to go, these are gorgeous. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, my friends, ta-ta.